This is EBC Sports International. This week's stories: New York Knicks extend losing streak to 18 games. Columbus Blue Jackets spoil Vegas Golden Knights homecoming. Track and field athletes finish strong at the 112th Millrose Games. Bader and Fedor highlight Bellator 214. Plus, Four Continents Figure Skating Championships returns to U.S. soil. Hello everyone, I'm Aljamain Santos, bringing you sports news from around the globe. The New York Knicks continue to plummet to the bottom, extending their losing skid to 18 games. Carlo Valdez with more from Madison Square Garden. Carlo?
Can the Knicks weather the storm and end their 17-game skid, or will we trust the process Ben Simmons and the 76ers to extend their losing streak before the All-Star break?
It was all Philly from beginning to end, with All-Star center Joel Embiid and newly acquired Tobias Harris leading the way for the 76ers en route to a 126-111 thrashing victory against the lifeless Knicks, extending their record-breaking losing streak to 18 games.
First half we could not get a stop, whether it was them scoring a basket or us fouling them. But it seemed like every single possession down the floor, they were leaving with some kind of basket. But again, we got a tough group. They fight back.
It's definitely important for us defensively because we always make a lot of mistakes at the rim. It gives us length and leads to backline protection of our defense, so it allows our squads to be able to really compete harder on the ball and know that we have the safety net back there.
The process posted a double-double with 26 points and 14 rebounds. Harris added 25 and Simmons contributed to 18 points for the 76ers, who bounced back from a home loss against another Atlantic Division rival, the Boston Celtics. Stay tuned for more NBA coverage throughout the season. I am Carlo Valdez, and I am always one with 25.
Thanks, Carlo. Columbus Blue Jackets took on the Vegas Golden Knights last week, spoiling their homecoming with a 4-3 win at T-Mobile Arena. Here's more on the game. The Vegas Golden Knights host the Blue Jackets, making it their fourth meeting since their league debut in 2017. But a late rally from the Blue Jackets took their chances of taking their homecoming game. After coming home from the road, the Knights hoped to get a third straight win in their fortress, while the Blue Jackets held the momentum with their fourth straight win on the road. A late rally from the Blue Jackets and penalties against the Knights gave them the power play to gain the edge. Coach Gallant gives insight on the rally of the Blue Jackets in the third.
I don't think anything went wrong. I think we played a real good third period. I mean, they scored 2 goals that, Cam Atkinson got some great speed, and he made a great play. So you can't, just because Navar didn't catch him, and I mean the guy's got an unbelievable feet. So that happens in part of a game, and then the power play goal was a great shot. And like I said, it was unfortunate because I thought we played a good first period and a real good third period, and they capitalized late. So it doesn't happen to us too often, but it's a tough one tonight.
The Blue Jackets win over the Golden Knights 4-3. Both teams remain third in their respective divisions, with the Blue Jackets 65 points and the Knights with 66. Reporting from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, I am Aljamain Santos, 1 with 25. Up next, highlights from the 112th Millrose Games in New York. And Bellator 214 in Inglewood, California. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is EBC Sports International. Indoor track and field's prestigious and longest-running event, the Millrose Games delivered 2 world-leading records at the signature Wanamaker Mile event. Tenny Sumagi with more from the Armory in Manhattan's Washington Heights neighborhood.
World-class track and field returns to New York City for the 112th Millrose Games.
The best of high school, college, and professional athletes all take their mark at the New Balance Track and Field Center at the Armory, with hopes of becoming a world-class champion. The signature event, the Wanamaker Mile, posted 2 of the fastest times by this year's men's and women's winners. 2-time world indoor champion Ethiopia's Yomif Kejelcha won this year's men's title, barely missing the world record by 1/100th of a second.
ደስ ብለኛል። ያው አንድ በትንሽ ነው አመለጠኝ። ይህን ደግሞ ደግሜ ሞክሬ እሰብራለሁ ብዬ አስባለሁ። ግን ስለቀረብኩት በጣም ደስተኛ ነኝ። ደግሜ ሞክሬ እንደምሰብር
Well, I missed it by a little bit, but I'm very happy. I came very close to it, and I know I'm going to try it again, and I think I can break it.
Try it again this year?
Yeah, እሞክራለሁ። በዚህ ዓመት ውስጥ አሁን ደግሜ ሞክሬ እንደምሰብር ተስፋ አደርጋለሁ።
Yes, I'll try it again this year, and I'm confident I can break it.
Germany's Constance Klosterhoffen went wire to wire with defending champion Colleen Quickly to win this year's women's title, setting a new German national record.
No, I had no time in my mind. I just wanted to run fast, and I was very glad that the pacemaker did a good job. And I just want to run today, and yeah, it worked.
The Wanamaker Mile has long been the signature event of the Millrose Games since 1926 for the men and 1976 for the women. Former world champion and two-time Olympic medalist Bernard Lagat leads the way with the most Wanamaker titles with 8.
Signing off from the Armory, I'm Tenny Sumagi, and I'm 1 with 25.
Thanks, Tenny. The heavyweight fight between Ryan Bader and Fedor Emelianenko highlighted Bellator 214. LA correspondent Nelson Trinidad with a recap from the forum.
Here at the forum, we are waiting for Fedor to go head-to-head with Bader for the Bellator 2014 heavyweight gold.
In the main and much anticipated event of the evening, it was one round and one lead left hook. Landing a left to the jaw, American Ryan Bader dropped Fedor Emelianenko to the canvas. Bader followed up with a right shovel punch and a short combination of punches until stopped by the referee. Ryan Bader of the United States knocked out Fedor Emelianenko of Russia, becoming the Bellator Grand Prix heavyweight champion. We spoke with attendees to ask their thought on this fight.
It's very fast fight. Федя лучший боец, это последний император, самый наимощнейший. Федя чемпион, он выиграет бой.
What do you think about the fight for tonight? Other great fights. I thought Fedor was going to get it. Knocked him out. Yeah, real quick. Right. Didn't see it coming.
From what I've seen from Fedor's own workouts, I'm not surprised. But at the same time, Fedor is a fighter. He comes to fight. But you never get caught with a lead left hook.
That's right.
So a lead left hook, you have your guard up, you step away. Alright, so from what I've seen from the open workouts, Fedor only done say 3-point combinations and then he stopped.
About Fedor, do you think he's coming back or he'll be retiring?
I hope he don't come back. I hope he don't come back. I hope he has enough money to do himself because Fedor is a legend. And at the end of the day, at the end of the day, he's the emperor.
Reporting from the forum, Inglewood, California. This is Nelson Trinidad, EBC Sports International. I am 1 with 25.
Thanks, Nelson. Coming up, Alan and Eva Besalahev brings us action from the 4 continents figure skating champions in Anaheim, California. That's next. EBC Sports International will return in a moment. And we're back. This is EBC Sports International. I am Aljamain Santos. Since 1999, the 4 Continents Figure Skating Championships features competitors from the Americas, Asia, and Oceania. The championships returned to the US for the first time since 2012. Here's LA's dynamic duo, Alan and Eva Basalahe, with more from Anaheim, California. Take a look.
The ISU 4 Continents Figure Skating Championships returned to the United States. landing like a well-executed triple axel jump at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. What is this ISU Four Continents Championship?
It's one of the biggest figure skating competitions of the season. It's one of a handful of ISU championship events, which means that these athletes are only a few from every country. They get to go represent their country at an international competition that has a lot of prestige. Started in 1999. This is the 5th time it's been hosted in the United States. Rotates between Asia, Canada, the United States, and Australia. And it's really a cool event. It's basically it's all the athletes except those that compete in Europe, and there's a separate European championships for them. A lot of countries, the United States included. We just had our U.S. championships about a week ago, and then skaters are named to the Four Continents team, and then they're named to the Worlds team, and they're usually pretty similar. So this event is about 3 weeks before the World Championships, so it's a good barometer of where you're at on that international stage. And then, of course, from here, all these skaters will switch their focus to go to Tokyo in March for the World Championships, and where everyone hopes to perform really well.
The whole sport is details. We're skating on a tiny blade. Our revolutions are counted to the absolute end detail. Our jumps are reviewed to make sure they're fully backwards so that we get full credit, and if not, for each percentage of the circle that you under-rotate, you get a certain point deducted. And again, we're skating on, really thin knives, essentially. You can be as trained as possible and anything can still happen. Obviously, you have an idea if you feel really good going into a competition, but it's ice and it's slippery and things happen. So that's another thing about our sport that makes it really interesting and cool, is that it can be anybody's time at any moment, and it makes you really motivated to want that to be your moment.
I like to take it just like one day at a time, one moment at a time, like try and stay in the moment and not get ahead of myself. But yeah, I just like to kind of enjoy it and have fun. They've been like my rock. They've done so much for me and sacrificed so much just to make sure I can skate and I can have the opportunity to reach my goal and to go to the Olympics. So I'm just so thankful and so grateful for them and everything they do, along with all my friends back home who are supporting me and cheering me on every competition.
There's that saying, it takes a village. It's so true. I have my village behind me, my boyfriend, parents. My parents have been there since day one, obviously the coaching team, and then all of the fans that make what we do so special, because if we were just skating in front of a panel of judges, it wouldn't be as exciting, and we really feel their support and they help us get through the tougher times and celebrate with us when we have the great times. Whatever it is, find what you're passionate about, and for me it was skating, and it could be skating for them, so they should definitely give it a try.
Believe in yourself. Anything can be achieved with hard work. Nothing's impossible. And just enjoy every moment of it. Figure skating is so tough sometimes, but in the end, I think it's totally worth it. It just makes you such a strong person.
The final standings for the ladies' competition saw Rika Kihira of Japan grab gold. Kazakhstan's Elizabeth Tursunbayeva secure silver. And jumping all the way from 8th place, Mai Mihara of Japan winning the bronze.
ショートが終わってからショートはあまりいい演技ではなかったのでミスは許されないなっていうふうにも感じていてすごい今日は集中力がいつもより集中できてたのでそこがすごく良かったなって思ってます。
So I know I did not go well on shot, so I thought I should have a no miss for free, and I had to really concentrate on the free.
Alan Basoyahe, Eagle News International, Eagle News Sports. Question for Elizabeth. What do you feel you executed the best tonight in your performance? And also, are you now famous enough to hang out with Dimash Kudaibergen?
I met him once to take a picture with him. But that's it. I hope I will meet him again sometime because he's my favorite singer from Kazakhstan, so I think he's the most talented singer I know. That was the question?
That was the second one. The
Yeah.
first one was, what do you feel you executed? What do you feel you executed best tonight?
I think even if I fell on the first jump, I'm glad that I was able to do the rest of my programs and the rest of my jumps. I think that's the good thing. Today's free was good so for me. I so appreciate the audience and my coaches and my family. That rank is so surprising for me. I will do my best next competition.
With the Winter Olympics a short 3 years away, could a podium run in Beijing be in the future for some of these figure skaters?
Time will tell, and the world will be watching. Reporting from Anaheim, California for EBC Sports International, this is Eva and Alan, and we are 1 with 25.
Thanks, Ellen and Eva. That's all for EBC Sports International. Tune in next time as we bring you sports news from around the globe. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/eaglenews.ph. Visit our websites at eaglenews.ph and eaglenewslive.com. I am Aljamain Santos, 1 with 25.